We never have.
You're lucky you're here at Morton's invitation, brother, or you would not get out of Harlem today.
I'm freaking in my
You're gonna need. You see all those cops? You see all those police outside? They'll get you out of here.
Yeah, when you can rap.
They'll get you out of here today. Because if it
Rabbi.
wasn't for all those cops outside, you would not go home today.
Big gang. Why don't you join the Crips?
Let me tell you.
I said, why don't you join the Crips, the gang? That's your mentality.
Come like this. What's the doing thing?
Wait a second.
Roy Ennis ran away from this man at the Hilton Hotel about a month ago.
If Ennis ran away from him, it's because he didn't want to kill him.
I tell you what. Ennis had 7 or 8 people with him, and he ran.
Scum like this does nothing. Scum like this.
You're the scum.
Scum like this says no fear. Scum like this put no fear. Shut up, you're rude also. Scum like this. Scum like this puts no fear in the hearts of blacks because we've struggled all of our lives.
I think we
But what
culturized
the
the show.
scum like this does, it makes it difficult for the hard, honest white person in America who does not visualize things the way you do. That's who you make it difficult for. Because then you allow.
Let me introduce Rabbi Rosenberg. Rabbi, you've
Pearls of wisdom.
Every coach tried to stand.
Pearl comes from one grain of sand, sir. What do you come from? One piece of.
I don't use that terminology. Actually, I'm a nice guy once you get to know me.
Let me go to Rabbi Rosenberg. Incidentally, his synagogue was recently desecrated. Rabbi, I don't know if it was by people like this or who.
Well, you know, Stonewall and I have been involved in many humanitarian acts over many years, and we're very close friends. As far as any attack you have on the Jewish people, I'm happy to tell you that we now have Jewish power. We're not afraid of any of you.
Are you leading the Jewish Defense League now?
One more time.
Leading the Jewish Defense League against anybody that attacks Israel? Is that your thing, Rabbi?
I tell you what I would like the Jewish Defense League, don't you, sir?
Yeah, we smashed them in L.A. We beat the living hell out of them.
You walked down the street
And their leader, Reuben, ran out the door.
out of you, didn't they? Didn't they? I say, you walked down the street in San Francisco shortly after doing my show, and they beat out of you, didn't they?
Hey, we had a big white pride march in San Francisco.
Your own kid.
You call it hatred, I call it love. We're getting the white youth of America. We love our race, and we love it enough that we're willing to die for it if we need to. That's what we're doing across this country. This summer, we'll have a national coalition meeting. The Euro-Caucasian provisional government in this country. The war started in 1984 when Robert J. Matthews and the Order declared war on the system in Washington, and we support that declaration of war today. We're not here to convince necessarily anybody, because what's going to happen is going to happen.
How many members do you have?
And these people better get out of the way.
How many members do you have? How many members?
Thousands of them all across the country.
Thousands.
Of the right kind.
Right kind. And you think thousands of wimps like you two guys are going to crush us? Huh?
If you know the pressure points, if you know the pressure points, the thousands will do it.
Let me go back to Carl a second. Carl, the last time you were here, you said you train kids in deadly force.
That's right.
Who do you want them to kill?
Huh? No, I just want to protect ourselves. We don't fight unless we're attacked first. We've been attacked many times in the streets.
Was that kid who
We've been attacked many times in the streets.
Okay, was that kid who tried to get out of your organization, who was found nailed to a board, was that not attacking? You didn't do that, right?
No, of course not.
You guys didn't nail a member of yours who tried to get out.
That was Greg Withrow. I didn't attack him. I never attacked Greg Withrow.
You did not crucify him and nail him to a board.
But he lied on me on the Phil Donahue show.
He lied about you.
Oh, he sure did, yeah.
They protect white youth, they protect white womanhood, and they protect white people who want to be protected. And if anybody goes against them on the street, they're going to get smashed.
But isn't this the gentleman that had his philosophy smashed in California?
What?
Well, boy, isn't this the same gentleman that had his philosophy shoved up his rear end in California on the street?
Yeah.
Well, you're just showing your ignorance.
Rabbi, I want the rabbi to answer a question, because the question was asked by one of these gentlemen, what about Israel's alliance with South Africa?
I think
How do you explain that? Let me hear it. Let's not waffle out of questions here.
I'm not here to defend that, but I'll tell you one thing.
Why? Give me a why.
I'll tell you why. Because we have apartheid here in America. Let's clean up the problems here first.
Hitler did a lot of good for a lot of people. And you Jews, if you got a hold of that, you'd have run that too.
And he was just like you.
See? Who's your I want to interfere with the
Let me hear from Carl who some of your heroes are. Who are some of your heroes?
Some of my heroes
Yeah.
are people like Frank Silva, David Tate, Robert J. Matthews, the people of the Order. Those were my heroes.
Sir, let me here's a gentleman.
Yeah, and Adolf Hitler.
Adolf Hitler's a hero of yours?
Yeah.
Adolf Hitler's a hero of yours?
I think that's what I said, yeah.
You have no idea how many whites he killed, too, do you?
There were people, all people were killed. But they only cry for the Jews. They built big monuments to the Jews. You think they were the only people that ever got killed?
Boy, we cry for the Christians and for the Jews.
Oh, I never heard you cry for the Christians once.
70 million.
I have always
6 million.
on behalf of Christians who perished also. There were many Christians who gave their lives on behalf of Jews. It's people like you who want all of humanity dead.
I want you out of this. You're a parasite.
Let me hear from this gentleman. This gentleman's name is Rabbi
You heard it right here.
Zip it, Carl. Let me ask this gentleman. I think your name is Saeed Saladin.
Saeed Saladin is my name. First thing I want to do is welcome you to Harlem, Morton, Downey, and I want everybody to get a round of applause for the Inner City Broadcasting Company for renovating this Apollo Theater.
All right, go ahead.
Right, it's Apollo. And in the Apollo Theater, if you half-stepping, you get booed, whether you're a famous movie star or a chump. So I just want to say, but let me warn everybody in this audience about one thing especially. In the South, where the white man tell you how he feels, and he's honest with you, and he lets you know where you're standing at, you seem to prosper. If you go down South, black folk own land. More black colleges are in the South than there is in the North. More black people own land in the South than they do in the North. In the North, they claim to be integration, and they love black people, but they talk one thing out their mouth, and they got another thing in their heart. I'm not saying that. I'm talking about, hold on. I'm talking about down South white folk. I was shocked to go down South, and I lived in Arizona. I've been in Oklahoma, Mississippi, Alabama, and Georgia. I never received respect from white folk until I went down South. I never met a more warm people till I went down South. And the trick is played up here in the North, where you got a lion cracker who speak one thing and say another thing. Look at the schools, look at the dope. Ain't no dope flourishing in the South. So what I'm telling you, I don't agree. I do not agree 100% with what the white supremacists are saying, but I'm going to listen to them because I know a lot of white folks think like them. I know they have an impact. That's all that matters.
We're going to continue to be a nation of all people, or we're going to be uniting by separating. Let's find out when we come back in the next segment.
I'm not talking about equal or not. I'm talking about separation for the survival of the black and the white race.
Oh, man! You're vermin! You are
Don't you want to survive?
You should be shot.
Let me hear this
If
gentleman.
I get there,
Let me hear this gentleman. Sir, you step up there.
Directed to you, scumbag, and this lizard face. I want to know why you said y'all in war fighting when we, the brothers, down in the front line getting killed in Vietnam, huh, bitch? And this mother, yeah, I would like to get down right now. Thank you. You ready?
balcony. Let me go up to the balcony. Up to the balcony. Up to the balcony. Go ahead, sir. Sit. I want to go up here.
You're a very fortunate black person.
Yeah, I've been around. I've been in
You're
war.
very fortunate.
What
You know
about,
what I'm saying? You ain't got nothing.
You ever seen
Rabbi,
Let me hear this, gentleman.
I'd like to know, what about Jewish racism in Borough Park, where the Jewish kids spit on the Gentiles and say goy, and want to buy a house, and they're